And we're back for the last chapter of our book, Blue Moose, written and illustrated by Manus Pinkwater. This chapter is called Moose Moving. When spring finally came, the moose became moody. He spent a lot of time staring out the back door. Flocks of geese flew overhead, returning to lakes in the north, and the moose always stirred when he heard their honking. "Chef," the moose said one morning, "I will be going tomorrow. I wonder if you would pack some gingerbread for me to take along." Mr. Breton baked a special batch of gingerbread and packed it in parcels tied with string so the moose could hang them from his antlers. When the moose came downstairs, Mr. Breton was sitting in the kitchen drinking coffee. The parcels of gingerbread were on the kitchen table. "Do you want a cup of coffee before you go?" Mr. Breton asked. "Thank you," said the moose. "I shall certainly miss you," Mr. Breton said. "Thank you," said the moose. "You are the best friend I have," said Mr. Breton. "Thank you," said the moose. "Do you suppose you'll ever come back?" Mr. Breton asked. "Not before Thursday or Friday," said the moose. "It would be impolite to visit my uncle for less than a week." The moose hooked his antlers into the loops of string on the packages of gingerbread. "My uncle will like this." He stood up and turned to the door. "Wait!" Mr. Breton shouted. "Do you mean that you are not leaving forever? I thought you were lonely for the life of a wild moose. I thought you wanted to go back to the wild, free places." "Chef, do you have any idea of how cold it gets in the wild, free places?" the moose said. "And the food? Terrible!" "Have a nice time at your uncle's," said Mr. Breton. "I'll send you a postcard," said the moose. And here he goes off to visit his uncle. And he did send a postcard. The postcard is from Moose at Moosefoot, Maine, and it's addressed to Mr. Breton at Moose Nose, Maine. And that's the end of our book. I've so much enjoyed sharing it with you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Take care.